What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, well, After Dark is done, but there was a ton of conversation, a ton of really cool ideas that came about, and we kind of talked about this a little bit on one of the streams, but obviously I don't expect people to go back and watch. I mean, we streamed a ton of times over the weekend, so a lot of these ideas I'm going to see if they're video worthy and then try to share them with you in little snippets and bite-sized things, because I think most of the audience generally watches videos and doesn't necessarily attend the live streams, which breaks my heart. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, whatever it is you guys want to do, all I'm trying to do is distill some of those ideas down and share them with you here as things that could potentially add value in the future. And one of those was changing the way that leaderboards are paid out. Now, again, maybe that wasn't the best way to phrase that, because I think overall, ranked and leaderboards and rating, inflation, and all that needs to be looked at. And hopefully that's something that, Matt will take a look at some point in the future. He did talk about it on a recent town hall. But the main thing that I'm focused on here is one specific, area in which people are not incentivized to play as many battles as possible. Now, you can, right? There is a limited amount of energy, right? So 50 energy is your cap, and then you get roughly 1 per hour. But you can see here, if we look at the leaderboard, for example, something that ends up happening is you get folks who are able to climb the leaderboards, which is impressive, so I want to acknowledge that, with very few games won, and then they just stop playing because they no longer need to climb any higher, and they don't want to lose any rating because the incentive is no longer there for them to have, or for them to climb, right? If you're already high up, if you win, you go up like a rating of 3. If you lose, you can drop like 30, which again, the whole rating kind of system is somewhat broken. So if we take a look here at the modern, we'll look at the modern champion, you can see that there's certain accounts, and I'm not calling out these accounts. They're not doing anything wrong. They're playing within the system, right? But here's one right here, right? Zowie, 74 battles compared to 300, 225, 283. I mean, this is 74 battles is less than a fourth of the other people around. I mean, here's number 5, Mr. Rogers, with 452 battles. Spirits for You, 243. Right? You can come down here and you can see another one, Zurich at number 9 with 116. You see Mariana Emilia with 75 battles, right? So there's a lot of these accounts that are not incentivized. And one of the things that I think could incentivize people to play more battles and therefore potentially buy more energy and burn DEC in order to get that is if we also reward at the end of season the number of wins, whoever has the most number of wins. Now, I can't sort this right now, but you can clearly see that the person with the highest rating, Zaku, has 222 wins, right? A max streak of 16, 222 wins. That's almost 3 times more, or that is 3 times more than the total number of battles that Zowie has played, right? So Zaku has put in more time and energy and effort into the game, and one of the ways in which I think it could be cool is if we had separate leaderboards for all of these different things, right? So a leaderboard for wins, a leaderboard for maybe the max streak, and here's the thing. Maybe it's not a leaderboard. Maybe it's just a prize, right? Who won the most, right? Who had the most wins in the season? You're going to get all the people at the top chasing that. Look at again, Zaku's 222. Instrumental, who's in number 3, has 30 more wins. Mr. Rogers at number 5 has 291 wins. So what I'm trying to get at here is that you could incentivize other types of behavior, getting people to play and compete with one another to climb that leaderboard rather than just using what we already know is the broken kind of rating system. So again, it's one of those things where you add competition. People who like to play the game more will come in and end up playing the game more, and you create that friendly rivalry. And I'm not saying to get rid of the current system we have and adopt this, although I am saying at some point I think an overhaul is needed, and I believe Matt would agree. My whole point with this, though, is how do we move forward with, how do we move forward to try to incentivize better types of behavior and reward people who are actually playing the game a lot more rather than just gaming the system of like, I'm just going to do the bare minimum, right? And I don't want to play any more battles. I'm just going to let my energy go to the side. If you look at someone like Zowie, the season is almost over. They have played 74 battles, which is roughly 3 days worth of energy. And then just that's it. But they're going to go home with 60K DEC. and they probably didn't play any more games. Again, sorry to be picking on Zowie, but my whole point here is, let's see, let's go to view battles, right? Well, I guess they played some tournaments, but if we look for ranked, modern ranked, okay, fine, 21 hours ago. But aside from that, it's been all tournaments. Okay, so again, sorry, I'm not trying to pick on Zowie specifically. It's just the most egregious example here. Again, there's nothing wrong with what people are doing now. They're playing within the system. I'm saying that we should change the incentive structures to add a little bit more value, to add a little bit more competitive nature and competition overall to the game element, and then really just reward people who are putting in a lot of time. I think that as a game, that should be something that is really important. We should be rewarding the people who are spending a lot of time in the game and trying to achieve greatness in many ways, right? So where do we go? Champion. Actually, what I wanted to do was take a look at some of the other ones. So you can see here, Diamond Leaderboard. Look at this. Number 2, 81 battles. That's it. Number 1, 128 battles. Like, people are barely playing once they get to the top. And then you can see someone like myself. How many battles? Oh, I barely played any battles this season. But what I should do is go over to the wild side where the bot has been playing all season. And I guess the bot is in Diamond. But look, the bot has optimized energy and played 340 battles this season, right? So if you were optimizing your energy, that's what you would be doing. But people just end up not focusing on that and playing like 3 days worth of battles or 4 days worth of battles, 5 days worth of battles in a season that extends 15 days. So actually, let's go back to this. So we took a look at gold as well. Well, gold is a little bit more competitive here, but you still have some people at the top like 105, right? 100 or 47. Oh my gosh, somebody's going to get away with less than 2 days worth of battles and still be at the leaderboard. So this is just something that I think we could potentially redesign in a way where, sure, don't change the leaderboard rewards right now if that's going to be too much of a headache, but maybe you can add in something like a prize for the top 3 wins, right? So the people that have accrued the most wins. And again, maybe it's not in DEC because obviously there's a lot of DEC being printed already for leaderboards, but that's a whole other conversation. All I'm saying is that we should find ways to reward people who are spending a lot of time in the game, who are potentially buying energy to chase these different competitive aspects, right? Again, you get, you saw the botted account, right, or the wild side, you get 300 something battles a day. Most people who are in the top leaderboard spots, they're not, not 300 a day, 300 a season, right? They're not spending that much, right? Here's someone like Zith, for example, has played 548 battles to get to the 14th spot, 324 wins. Yet, they're behind someone like Arvin Paul, who's only played 47 battles. Like, that to me is insane. So I'm just trying to share this stuff with you. Hopefully, I don't know if we'll be able to do this through the DAO or if this is something that needs to happen with a team, but I'm just trying to share some ideas that were discussed there or that came up during After Dark that I think will be worth considering as we move forward, because I'm hopeful for a renaissance in gameplay, and that's probably something that I'll save for a separate video. But when it comes to Rebellion and adding this new game mechanic and adding like dual element summoners and summoner tactics and all this stuff, I'm really excited for a renaissance and people who actually enjoy the game coming back to play. And I really think that they should be rewarded. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.